Dear God, in times of social distance, we are grateful for this opportunity to keep connecting, to be as one, and to share this beautiful moment. We are grateful for the love that we will receive in every word and feeling, and may we ask that the healing that has been given reaches every corner of the world for those who are in need. We invite the spirit world to share their messages with us, messages in which we could experience the intelligence of a world so close, but not always visible. Every moment connected with spirit shows that life is eternal, that the spirit world loves us, cares for us, and that they are as much part of our world as we are of theirs. May the words and feeling that we share this evening become a moment where we can go back into our minds, where we can experience this love, this connection, and healing. So may the love and memories we create during this divine service become a strong strength and support for challenges tomorrow. Amen.
Hello everyone, it's lovely to be with you here today. I'd also like to thank Jasmine for that beautiful opening prayer, which I really did feel set the tone for today. So my reading today is taken from the Lyceum Manual. It's quite an old one. It was actually from 1901, so it's quite an old reading, but you know what they say, old ones don't go off, do they? And it's called the Roses of Life. But it's not too long, so don't worry. Kind words and sweet smiles are the roses of life that bloom in the garden of love. They twine round the heart and they brighten the home, refreshed by the dews from above. Sweet peace and glad joy long linger around the place so charming and bright angels stoop with gladdening grace to whisper glad words of delight. No place on the earth is so welcome to me, or treasure the heart can bestow, as tender emotions that swell in the heart and smile on the lips as they flow. No accent so dear, no magic so strong to charm the pain of the heart. No fragrance so sweet, so hallowed and pure, as roses of life may impart. The roses of life, so precious and fair, will bloom in the loneliest spot, and gladden the hearts of the strangers that pass, or brighten the lowliest cot. Oh, cherish those roses so thornless and fair, the flowers that bloom in the heart. Their fragrance is balm to the weary and faint, and life to the famishing heart. I really wanted to share that with you today because the feeling within it is just so important. The flowers that we meet in this world and the flowers that we each as individuals are. You may be a rose, you may be a dandelion or a buttercup, or any other flower that you want to be. The important thing that you are you. And whatever your colour, your shape, however many petals you have, you are just as important as any other flower in the garden. Now, as we walk through this world, we may at times feel that our garden is full of weeds. We may even feel that we ourselves are a weed, but we have to remember that wildflowers are really quite beautiful, just as beautiful as the specially grown ones that we have come to know. So, whatever type of flower you feel yourself to be, just remember that whatever there is in your garden, where you are now, the important thing is to embrace the magic of you. We never quite see ourselves as others do. We never know the effect that we may have upon another, simply by being ourselves. It is sometimes only on looking back that we realise the roses, the flowers that we have met throughout life. At the time, perhaps they went unnoticed, but looking back, we can see the changes that happened because they were there. And so it is that you too have an effect on those that you meet. You have an impact, much more than you are ever aware of. And that is why you must never forget just how special the uniqueness of you is. Your flower is needed. Your compassion, the flower that grows within, that helps us to feel how another feels. This helps us to connect, to make a difference in our world. If we did not have that ability within to feel, to care, how much darker this world would be, simply because that flower had never been allowed to grow, to bloom. Recently, as we know, it has been difficult for all of us to bloom and grow where we are now. Restricted as we are now within our own individual little gardens of life. But yet within those gardens, it has given us time, perhaps time we didn't have before, to discover things about ourselves, that inner flower that we have within, which if only we give time to it, can begin to unfold its petals and grow. And as that flower grows, it begins to affect all those around it within your individual garden of life. Each little flower holds within it seeds which fall to the earth and create new life. And so it is that those little kind thoughts and gestures that we give to one another bear fruit, and in turn they too grow into their own little flower of life, able to radiate that life out. True it is that this life is only a temporary thing. It is just the beginning of so much more. We are embracing our physical world here at the moment, but we know that there is more to come. There is a new life that awakens us in spirit, where we no longer need this physical self that we have now. And that is why when we see a flower die, when we see those petals fall, we know that it lives on. And as we grow older within this world and we face the challenges along the way, we know that with Spirit beside us, we will never be overcome. We will never be alone, because they walk beside us every step of the way, helping us forward, knowing how difficult sometimes it is for us to embrace the fullness of who we are, of who we are yet to be. For we are all in a process of becoming. and the beauty of you is radiant. If only we could for a moment see that soul that is within, that light, that beauty. How much difference that would make to us and to the world. For the world is blinded by material things. But brothers and sisters, you who are gathered here today, you know that we are eternal, and that this is only a part of the journey that we are on, slowly, step by step, along our path, seeing the flowers, the roses on the way, gathering some to bring with us, gathering them and holding them within our hearts. What more could we ask than a kindly word, a kindly glance on those days when the sky seems dark, and all of us have those days, than to be reassured by the love, the kindness of another, by the knowledge of the Spirit that walks beside us, that gently guides us forward along our path. Afraid at times to fly, to be the person that we were meant to be. Holding ourselves back and not allowing that light to shine. But whether we allow it or not, still there it is. And we are all doing the best that we can. It doesn't come overnight. The becoming, the process of becoming, it is a continuous process that just leads us on. And the farther along we are upon our path, the more we realize how much there is yet to know. And it's hard to let go, isn't it? Of those material things, those things that we carry around with us. The weights of things perhaps we have not done, or wished we hadn't done, or it can sometimes make us blind to the world around us and to the possibilities that there is. And this is where we're going here. It is the possibilities of the moment of the now that we are in, rather like it was in the song that Robert so kindly played before. The possibilities of what we can do for our world, of what we can do to share that knowledge of spiritualism, that understanding that there is no death. And this cannot be forced, but we can share it simply by being an example of what a spiritualist should be. And how do we do that? By expressing the qualities, the kindness, the love, the giving not for recompense, not asking for anything in return, but simply that act of giving releases something good into our world. And you will find that every time you give with no strings attached, it comes back to you in the moments when you least expect it. There it is, that rose standing there looking at you just when you needed it most. And so it is with our friends, our families. Roses can be found within all ages, all types of people, of animals. Wherever there is love, wherever there is life, you can find those roses to enrich your life, to enrich your soul. For this Spirit that we have within is this which we will pass, which we will take with us to that world yet to come. We will be seen for who we are, all the colours of our soul. Nothing will be hidden. And so I say to you, begin now on colouring your soul in the colours that you want to be. For you are all so special, so much needed in our world, because this love that we have within, if we all united, if we all joined together, what a difference this could make to our world. Just imagine that wave of love, like a wave on the ocean, surrounding our world, holding it, healing it gently. We all carry within us something magnificent, something so beautiful it takes your breath away, and it cannot be bought. It simply is. There it is within your heart. That love connection, that which connects us all within this room today, that which unites us as brothers and sisters in love, walking together through this world, through a world which at times seems quite strange, almost alien to us, where the values at times seem to be quite different, where a person is judged from how they look on the outside and not how their spirit is. We know that the real us is that which cannot be seen, the real true flower of life that is us is beneath the surface. It is the purest thing that could ever be. It is that which connects us into the God force. For we cannot be separate from God. We are all part of that oneness, that greater oneness of the divine. We are just like the stars in the sky. We shine. And you all here today are shining brightly. And as our lights shine out into our world here, those in spirit are drawing near, drawn by the power of your love. How could they stay away? This is a special day. It is a day when Spirit is here. And Spirit is here every day, so every day is special. But today, let us think of how blessed we are to have that understanding, to be able to feel the closeness of Spirit, to know that they are our strength, that they will always be there, will lead us forward. They will help us dig into our garden of life, that garden which at times seems a lot of work to do. But as we work in our garden, as we till the soil, sometimes we get our hands dirty, but Spirit will always be there to care, to understand, watching us grow into the moment, being everything that there ever could be. For you are part of a wonderful harmony of life, a melody that is just beginning, the melody of love, of life, And we are all part of that magnificent team, that orchestra, each individually adding one to the other. How many of those around you, friends or family, have been there as part of your music, allowing you to sing, allowing you to dance? It's so important to allow yourself the freedom to express the spirit within. So as we begin to bring this to a close, let us remember always that the flower that you carry within you, that is just waiting to open its petals, is there, is now, and is beautiful, and is you. So take your flower of love and give it out into the world, and allow the world to give back those flowers to you. Please join me in the silence. Father God, we thank you for this beautiful service as we have joined together from all over the world, joined together in this circle of light and love. The feeling of the closeness of spirit that has touched each one of us, whether or not we have received a message, we know that spirit has drawn so near. We ask also that the energy here raised be sent out into the world to those who need it most, and as we return back into our world, that we share it with all those that we meet. Amen.